Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be teaching you how I made this Scarfinator, and this is the part 2 of it. Hope you've watched the part 1. Now the design is what to be learning. Now I'll be cutting out, or rather I'll be measuring out 8 inches by 4 inches of the satin fabric, 8 by 4 inches, and I'll be cutting it out with my scissors. So I'll be cutting out in 5 places. Now I'll sew down with my sewing machine, as you can see the way I've sewn it down, and I'll use the scissors as my loop turner. I'll turn it to the front side. Make sure that place is at the middle. Now I'll be inserting my crinoline inside this. Just watch the way I'm doing it. There's nothing so difficult about it. So I did it in the remaining of this 5 pieces. Now see the way I'm just sewing it with my needle and thread. I'll keep joining it this way until I get to the 5, or rather the 5th fabric. Just watch the way I'm just doing it. It is very simple, or isn't it? Just look at it. There's nothing so difficult about it. Just with your needle and thread. So I'll keep sewing this, as I said earlier, until I get to this 5th fabric. So this is it. Now I'm going to put it in this first fabric where I first started, and I'll tie it up. Make sure you make it look neat before you tie it up. Now I have tied it up and I cut out with my scissors. So that is that. You can use this flower to design it, but let's start something. Now this is 3 yards of crinoline. I applied my UHU gum to this tip, and I'll be folding it this way. And I'll use my UHU gum to attach on my bias, and I'll apply my bias to the crinoline this way. So this is what I'll keep doing. I'll apply my UHU gum and I'll use it to cover up this crinoline until I get to the end of it. So I'll start using my needle and thread to do a running stitch, but I'll need to tie up the tip of it so that it will hold. So I've started my running stitch, in and out, in and out. So I'll keep doing this running stitch until I get to the end of this my crinoline. Remember, I am sewing this from the middle. I don't really want it to be very big, so that is why I'm sewing it from the middle here, so that it won't be really big. I don't really like that big design on Scarfinator. So this is what you keep doing until you get to the end of this your crinoline. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not. It is very, very important if you want to be getting more videos from me. Now, when I get to this tip, I will draw it. You can be drawing as you are doing your running stitch as well. So I just drew it. Now I'm just tying it up. Arrange to your taste. Whichever way you want it to appear, you just arrange it before you start tying it up. So I'm tying up after arranging it to my taste. So I cut out with my scissors. Now this is it. I'll put it aside and bring out my Scarfinator and measure out my base. My base is 19 after I finish sewing. So the middle is 10, but I'll be using 12 for that design to be by the side. So that 12 inches is what I'll be using, where I'll put my design rather. Then I'll measure the length where I'll be putting my design. Now the length I'll be using is about 3.5 inches because that is where I want the design to be. Now I'll put my needle and thread there, and I'll bring the design and start attaching to it this way. So you sew with your needle and thread and make sure the thing becomes strong. So this is it. Now I'll be attaching this other design as well with my needle and thread. Just watch and see the way I'm doing it. So that is that. So you tie it up after sewing it, cut out with your scissors. Now what is remaining now? Guess what? That is our flower design. I'll apply my UHU gum to the flower design and I'll use it to keep at the middle. So this is how to tie it.